So good afternoon, all of my dear students. First of all, I would like to sorry for the inconvenience caused by me. I know today is holiday, but what to do? Actually, my audio driver is corrupted inside my laptop. That's why this is happening. So we start from the image. Image is the basic unit of SCI. So what is the definition of image? Actually, the image is the visual representation of any object in the real lifetime. So for the definition, we can say it is a visual representation of a real time, or you can say real life object. And what should be the dimension of that representation? The dimension should be in 2D format, like the two dimension. So visual representation of a real time or a real life object in a 2D format is called image. So why it is in the 2D? The example is, you can see this image. The image is, this is called the y-axis and this one is called the x-axis, and you can see this is lined on the two-dimension spaces. You can convert it into the three-dimension by using some algorithms, but initially it is worked or looked or you can say the visualized by the two-dimension space. So visual representation of a real type object in a 2D format. So what is object in this term? This object can be anything. It can be a person or anything. Like in this image, my object is this one, cat. So image can be of any object or a person. So this is the basic definition of the image, but in the technical term, because you are the computer science student, so in the technical term, the image is a set of pixels. So image is nothing but a collection of pixels. And also one another point inside the image is, the one is pixel and another one is the color spaces. Like in this example, in this image, it is made up of lot of pixels, but there is a color spaces also. You can see there is a white color, there is a orange color, there is a brown color, black color, then a light orange color, light brown, gray color. So many of colors are used in this image. So the combination of the colors is called the color space. So image is nothing but a collection of anything. Sorry. Uh, 1 second. So image is nothing but a collection of pixels in a color space. So when we talk about the pixels, so you can say your image is a digital image. Now image is a collection of pixels, and pixels, what is pixels? Basically pixels is a collection of small samples. अब आप बोलोगे सैम्पल्स क्या है, सो फिर मैं आपको बताती हूँ. You can see in this image there are lot of pixels, but this pixels cannot be visualized by you directly. So in order to visualize this, in order to see that, you have to zoom it. Like in the paint, if I zoom it, so you can see there is a lot of small square type of things. You can see there lot of small squares, that is called the pixels, and it is made up of large amount of samples. the same samples or can be different samples. So now you can understand what is the image, what is the basic and the technical definition of the image. Now certain things regarding the image like the image resolution. So image resolution is nothing but the number of pixels present in an image. So question can be arrived in the exam like one resolution is given to you and I can ask that count the number of pixels. So what is the procedure that you have to find out the number of pixels? Suppose the given image resolution is 1024 cross 768. So in order to find out the pixels, you have to just multiply it and your total number of pixels will be 786/32. That will be your answer. So this type of question can be asked in the mid-sem MCQ. So you can see there are different pixels of different color spaces. Also, this is the example of resolution. So there can be many resolution possible of an image. Like the one resolution is 640 cross 480, another one is 1280 into 720, and another one is 1920 into 1080. So what is the importance of resolution in terms of the image? Actually, when the resolution is high, then you can say the image quality can be more higher. And the image quality can be higher when the number of pixels inside in it in a large quantity. So regarding this point, one thing you can write like number of pixels will be directly proportional to image resolution. Obviously, if the image resolution is high, then the number of pixels will get higher and the image quality will get also enhanced. Now, bitmap images. What is bitmap image? The word bit indicates you that I am talking about the digital image that is used for the storage, and it is mainly used by the Windows for the efficiently storage of the images in the hard drives. Actually, it is image is made up of certain pixels, and this pixels is represented by a set of integers in different color spaces. So when this set of integers is converted into the byte or a bit, in order to perfectly or efficiently store inside the Windows 10 or Windows 7 or any version, then it is called bitmap image. So if it is 0, then it is called black image, and if it is 1, then it is called white image. So it will reduce the number of pixels in terms of 0 and 1 for the efficiently storage inside the Windows system. So certain types of encoding and decoding have to be presented inside the Windows system such that these black and white images can be converted into the different color spaces, and when you open these images it will be opening in the colored format for you. So like this in turn the number of pixels will get reduced as well as it will be stored in a well behaved or a efficiently manner inside the Windows, and that is called bitmap images used in the Windows. Also there are certain another terms that is called lossless compression. So lossless compression is that compression activity in which you cannot compromise the quality. Okay, quality of the image you cannot compromise. You have to just reduce the size of an image. So the point is you have to reduce the size of the image, but the quality cannot be affected. So what is the example of lossless compression? Actually if there is an image, कोई इमेज है हमारे पास, यहाँ पे एक ऑब्जेक्ट है और इसके पीछे कोई टेक्स्ट लिखा है, सपोज निधि लिखा है, मेरा नाम. So if I want to perform the lossless compression, so my overall aim is that the visibility of this text will not get reduced, otherwise the image will be no use. अगर आपको पता ही नहीं चलेगा कि इमेज में जो लड़की है वो निधि है, उसका नाम निधि है, तो क्वालिटी कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ आप नहीं कर सकते by using the lossless compression. So this is a one of the example of lossless compression in which you cannot compromise with the quality of an image. So this type of application or this type of technique have to be used over that images compression when we do not want to do not want to compromise with the quality, and we have to deal with the images with text plus images. So for the more diagrammatic view, this is our original image. And after the compression, it will be compressed image. Size of the image will get compressed. And one important point is, after the compression, when you apply the decompression algorithm over the compressed image, and if it is a lossless compression, then after applying the decompression algorithm, you will get the same image as it is. Because in this scenario, you cannot compromise with the quality. So same image or the text or the object is given by you after the decompression applies. And the opposite of this is called lossy compression. So because it is the opposite of lossless compression, we can say in the lossy compression, the quality of the image will get reduced. So obviously we cannot apply the lossy compression over the images which having the text, but the images which having some audio clips, we can utilize it, or only the images you can apply it, the lossy compression over it efficiently. So in the diagrammatic view, this is your original image, in the short form original image. So when you apply the compression algorithm over there, it will be compressed. So in the last component, after applying the decompression algorithm, the as it is image you will get, but in this lossy compression it will not happen. So when you apply the decompression algorithm, means restoring, you will only get the partial image or the partial file. Also the color spaces, because image is a set of pixels in the different color spaces. So basically for the digital image there are two things, two color spaces. The first one is called RGB and the second one is called X, Y, Z. So RGB is red, green and blue. And what is XYZ? XYZ are those color spaces which is made up of combination of different quantities of RGB, like some amount of red, greater amount of green and no amount of blue. So different quality you have to be fitted inside the color format and you will get XYZ color spaces. So it is not possible for the human being that you have to collect all of the color images. That's why we only count certain colors only, like red, green, blue, pink, black. But for the computer, it is very easy to compute all of the color spaces and apply these color spaces into different image formats. So you can see this XYZ is worked in the different dimensions. Now come to the technical term. The first one is called Bezier curve. Actually, these terms are related to the attribute of images and its attribute. So what is Bezier curve? Bezier curve is a curve which having different numerous control points. So it is a curve having numerous कंट्रोल पॉइंट्स. अब आप बोलोगे कि इसका एडवांटेज क्या है, हम ये क्यों पढ़ रहे हैं. सो एडवांटेज ऑफ द बेजियर कर्व इज यू विल गेट into the deep learning module. Basically, the Bezier curve is a thing such that by using the control points, we can judge the frames as well as motions of the videos और motions inside the images. Like किस motion में है या उसकी position क्या है, pose estimation basically. So that is done by using the Bayesian curve. And according to this curve, if you changes the control points, the curve will get changed. So this is RGB and this is your XYZ dimension. So it is made up of different quantities of the red, green and blue. And this one is called the Bezier curve. So you can see in this Bezier curve, there are 4 control points, P0, P1, P2 and P3. So when you change this control points, that is P0, P1, P2 and P3, this curve will get changed automatically. So it will use to estimate the pose as well as the motion and the gesture inside the video as well as the images. Now the another technical term is called gamma relation. गामा रिलेशन बोल सकते हैं इसको, गामा करेक्शन बोल सकते हैं, गामा को रिलेशन बोल सकते हैं, वॉट एवर यू वॉन्ट टू से यू कैन से इट, बट इट इज़ अ करेक्टली गामा करेक्शन. So gamma correction is a very useful in the terms of SCI, in the terms of image, because gamma correction is used to control the ब्राइटनेस ऑफ इमेज. आप लोगों ने सीधे ऐप ही यूज़ किया होगा. ऐप में एक ब्राइटनेस का बटन होता है जिसको आप दबाते हो और आप गोरे गोरे हो जाते हो बढ़िया. लेकिन एक्चुअली में इट इज़ यूज टू कंट्रोल द ब्राइटनेस ऑफ अ पर्टिकुलर इमेज बाय यूजिंग द गामा करेक्शन. सो ये जो ब्राइटनेस का बटन होता है उसके पीछे गामा करेक्शन का एल्गोरिथम रन करता है, तो जिसकी वजह से आप गोरे गोरे दिखते हो. सो इट इज़ यूज टू कंट्रोल द ब्राइटनेस ऑफ एन इमेज. And how can we reduce and increase the brightness of an image? Basically, it focused on the red to green to blue ratio, RGB. So by adjusting this RGB color formats, it can control the brightness of an image. So that is called the gamma correction. Now the structural similarity index. As the name indicates, you can assume that the structural similarity index is used to compare the structural similarity between the two images. So this value is counted between 0 and 1. If the outcoming value is close to the 0, then you can say that two particular images having less similarity or less structural similarity. If it is close to the 1, like greater than 0.6, then you can say it have a high structural similarity. So it is basically used to compare the two images whether it is a similar or not structure wise. Then another term is called convolution. So convolution is an algorithm, or you can say it is a technique. By using of this deconvolution technique, you can correct the blurry images. So it is very useful in the deep learning modules. So it might be happening in the rainy season. If you take image from your camera, then it is not so much clear. So by using this deconvolution algorithms or the techniques, you can clear the blurry image. और इस तरीके की टेक्निक्स आपके एप्लीकेशंस में बहुत यूज़ होती हैं कि कोई भी इमेज आपके पास आई है और आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है कि ब्लरी इमेज के अंदर इमेज जो है वो कौन सी क्लियर पोजीशन में है, दैन यू कैन अप्लाई दैट एल्गोरिथम एंड यू कैन क्लीन योर ब्लरी इमेज. सो एक्चुअली इस ब्लरी इमेज में क्या होता है, व्हाट हैपनिंग हियर, इफ़ दिस इज़ अ इमेज एंड इट इज़ ब्लर्ड, सो यू हैव टू सेलेक्ट अ पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट, क्योंकि आपको पूरा इमेज तो देखना नहीं, सपोज पूरा भी देखना है तो भी चलेगा. So if you have to select the particular point, and by using this point you have to apply the PSF function, that is called point spread function. So all the things I will elaborate one by one in the upcoming lectures. So point spread function, that is called PSF. PSF algorithm is one of the technique inside the deconvolution algorithm. Applying of the PSF function, you can correct the blurry images in order to get the clean images. Then homography. So what is homography basically? The homography is used in the terms of augmented reality. So when you want to change the dimension of your image, like if you by default your image is in the 2D format. So if you want to change your image in the higher dimensions like the 3D, 4D or 5D, just like in the augmented reality has been done, so you can use this homography algorithm. So it is used to change the plane and convert the images into the higher dimension. चलो मैं पूरा लिख देती हूँ. It is used to convert the images into higher dimensions. Then the last technical term. The last technical term is convolution. So the previous one is called deconvolution and it is called the convolution. So actually the convolution again apply on the deep learning module. So in the deep learning module, you have to apply that technique, convolution technique. The application of that convolution technique is you have to put the kernel technique, means dimension change, as well as the filters. So what is kernel and the filter thing? The kernel and the filter thing, by using of that technique, you have to use to perform padding inside the image. And why it is needed? Padding is useful. Actually, the padding is useful when your algorithms want to judge the particular gesture or the facial detection, or you can say a particular shape or the edge positions. Suppose आपकी एक image है, in the image a particular having a face with the left was, और आपको उसका right hand side नहीं दिख रहा है. So by using this kernel and the filters, you can do some paddings over the right hand side, and you can judge what is the overall look of a particular person image. So it is used in the face detection and the neural networks. Also, it is used to detect the edges. लाइक आपको लेफ्ट हैंड साइड का पता है, राइट हैंड साइड का नहीं पता, तो राइट हैंड साइड का जो भी एज है, बाय यूजिंग द कॉन्वोल्यूशन एल्गोरिथम यू कैन जज, एज वेल एज यू कैन judge the shape also, edge and shape. So by reading this term, you can assume that there is a term also that is called accuracy. So again, the deep learning model having some accuracy. So whenever the accuracy is less, you have to apply the filters and the kernel techniques over your images again. Then you have to achieve the higher accuracy in terms of the images. So these are the technical terms. Now it's time for the demonstration. So as you know, in the Python, for the machine learning, we have to use sklearn. But in this SCI subject, I am talking about the images. So there is a separate package that is called scikit-image. So I request you all to please install the Anaconda Navigator along with 4 to 5 important packages that I already mentioned in the video, and after that you can run the programming. So inside the scikit-images, you have to invoke the skimage module. The package is called skimage. So this skimage having 3 important functions, or you can say methods. The first one is called imread. Imread is used to read the images from your drive, reading of the images, or you can say uploading. If you want to show the image in your terminal or the Jupyter Notebook terminal in the terms of output, you have to use the function imshow. So it is for the output of the images. And if you want to do certain changes over the images, and finally you have to save your image, then there is a separate function in order to save the image, that is called the imsave, and the name of the image. So these are the 3 functions you have to use inside the demo that I mentioned in the today's section. So I already installed the Anaconda Navigator inside my laptop, and the Jupyter Notebook lab is already mentioned here. So you can see I am importing a package that is called skimage, that is skimage. So after importing, you have to import the IO module. So IO is used as a function in order to call the methods inside that packages by using the dot operator. जैसे कि हमने बताया पाइथन प्रोग्रामिंग में, फर्स्ट यू हैव टू मेक द ऑब्जेक्ट एंड आफ्टर मेकिंग द ऑब्जेक्ट यू हैव to apply the dot operator in order to invoke the particular methods or functions. So in this scenario, your method is imread because I want to read the images from my directory. So this is my directory location, that is C users HP pictures SCI demo and cat.jpg. तो आपको यहाँ पे एरर आएगा, ऑब्वियसली आप फर्स्ट टाइम कर रहे होंगे तो आपको ज़रूर एरर आएगा, तो वो मैं बता देती हूँ कि कैसे करना है। तो मेरी जो इमेज है और जो मेरा ये जुपिटर नोटबुक है, द जुपिटर नोटबुक फाइल एंड द इमेज बोथ आर प्रेजेंटेड इन द सेम डायरेक्टरी, मस्ट बी प्रेजेंटेड इन द सेम डायरेक्टरी ओनली, अदरवाइज द एरर विल बी जनरेटेड। सो इन माई केस मैं आपको बता देती हूँ कि क्या हुआ रिया, एनी प्रॉब्लम?
मैम प्राइवेसी फिल्टर लगा है, दिखेगा नहीं।
एक मिनट, हाँ जुपिटर नोटबुक नहीं दिख रहा?
नो मैम,
ओके
नो मैम।
ओके ओके ओके। अभी दिखा? हाँ
यस मैम,
दिख रहा ना?
मैम।
हाँ ठीक है। So the thing is, both the image and the Jupyter notebook file have to be reside inside the one location, otherwise the error will be generated. That is the first important point. And the another one is reading of the image file directory. How can we do it? So मैं दोबारा image आपको content share करूँगी, मुझे पता अभी नहीं दिख रहा, अभी रुक जाइए। So my directory is pictures and SCI and demo1. 1 second. चलिए मैं इस पर सेपरेट वीडियो बना दूँगी, अभी मैं आपको पैकेजेस रीड करना बता देती हूँ, ठीक है। सो फ्रॉम द इमेज डायरेक्टरी यू हैव टू पेस्ट द इमेज लोकेशन ओवर देयर, बट दैट पाथ इन द फॉर्मेट ऑफ, जैसे मैं आपको एक बता ही देती हूँ कैसे आएगा। ये दिख रहा है ना? सो आई कॉपीड
यस मैम।
the location of my cat.jpg. You can see here also like SCI demo1 and demo1 के अंदर मेरा cat.jpg है, jpg है। तो उसके आगे यहाँ पे मैं लिखूँगी demo1 and cat.jpg. So you can see one difference from this path to this path. There is a double slash bars here, and there is a single one. So you have to put the double ones, otherwise the error will be generated. That is the point only. So after reading this file, you have to invoke the imshow function by using the dot operator, and you have to just call that object that you have mentioned earlier, img, and you have to run it. After the running of this module, the image will be prompted and the displayed. Now the another one is called shape. The shape is used to, मैं यहाँ पे लिख देती हूँ, it is used to find out the resolution of an image. So if anyone has asked you that how to find out the resolution of an image, you can just call the shape img dot shape, and the shape will be prompted. Like its resolution of this image is 2994 cross 4240. And what is 3 here? 3 is the color spaces. So in this diagram or in this output, there are 3 color spaces in the form of RGB, red, green and blue. इट इज़ नॉट इन द टर्म्स ऑफ बिट इमेजेस 0 एंड 1. सो बिट इमेजेस के टर्म में ये कितना आना चाहिए, एक चैनल आना चाहिए. पर in the case of this image there will be 3 channels only because it is a RGB color. Now the gamma correction. So थोड़ा सा अगर याद हो तो मैंने बताया था gamma correction is used to increase or decrease the brightness of a particular image. So after reading of the image you have to mention one object that is gamma underscore corrected 1, या आप कोई भी नेम लिख सकते हो. Then you have to call the function export, and inside you have to call the method that is called adjust underscore gamma by using the dot operator. So after using the dot operator adjust gamma, inside the parameter you have to pass out the first object that is img, and the another one is called the gamma value. This gamma value is used to maintain the brightness of an image. Like by default it is not the by default it is 0.25, but इसमें मैंने क्या किया है 0.5 लिया है. And when I run this command, this is my image. Now the another one is I am changing my gamma correction value, and instead of 0.5 I am taking 5. So I have to reduce the brightness. So you can see in the another image the brightness of the image will get reduced. So by using this gamma correction method inside the SK image module, you can increase or decrease the brightness of a image. नाउ द रोटेशन. अब आप बोलोगे रोटेशन हम क्यों पढ़ रहे हैं, हम तो ये पेंट में जाके सीधे रोटेट करके भी देख सकते हैं. बेटा वो आप देख सकते हो क्योंकि आपके पास माइंड है, पर कंप्यूटर के पास अपना कोई माइंड नहीं होता. तो जब आप न्यूरल नेटवर्क टेक्निक्स लगाओगे, व्हेन यू अप्लाई द न्यूरल नेटवर्क टेक्निक्स ओवर देयर, सो कंप्यूटर और द मशीन हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट इट हैज़ टू रिकॉग्नाइज द gesture or the object by the rotation of the images, means in each dimension. So that's why there is a package transform under the rotation you have to call by using the dot operator, like rotate and img is the object, and 20 is the value that you have to mention by which amount of degree you have to rotate. So this is the function of rotate. Now the another one is called data frame. सो डेटा फ्रेम हम यहाँ पे क्यों ले रहे हैं, क्या ज़रूरत है. ज़रूरत हमें ऐसे है कि इन द डीप लर्निंग मॉड्यूल्स आप वहाँ पे इमेजेस डायरेक्टली तो डाल नहीं सकते, बिकॉज कंप्यूटर हैज़ टू अंडरस्टैंड द वैल्यूज़ इन टर्म्स ऑफ 0 and 1 or the numerical format. So you have to convert the images into the values. So this is a function flatten that will be used to convert those pixels values into the numerical format in the one dimension space. So all of the pixels values inside the images will get converted into the set of integers automatically, and your image dataset will be ready for the learning modules. Now talk about the color spaces. So there are two color spaces. I told you the first one is called RGB and the second one is called XYZ. So RGB is the normal color, just as I told you in the image. एक नॉर्मल इमेज का जो भी कलर होता है, जो भी आप कैप्चर करते हो एट द टाइम ऑफ योर कैमरा, इट इज़ कॉल्ड द RGB कलर स्पेसेस. And if you want to change the color spaces of your image into the multiple dimensions, then you have to convert it into the XYZ. So how to convert it into the XYZ? So there is a color package that is from the SK image. You have to import the color, and by using the dot operator you have to call the method that is color dot RGB, that is red, green and blue, to XYZ dimension, and inside this you have to pass out the image object, this one. So after running this command, my image that is currently inside the RGB color spaces will be converted into the XYZ. So you can see here there is a XYZ dimensions created separately. You can see clearly there's a lot of combinations, and you can manually change it. And suppose if you want to convert XYZ dimension to the RGB format, then there is another package that is called color.xyz to RGB, and just pass out the previous object. Then it will again get back to the original image. That is one. So it is very simple and very interesting. Just you have to call the certain methods and the packages and just play with the images. Now the Bezier curve. As I told you, Bezier curve is the collection of some control points, and by using these control points, you have to change the curve positions. And the application of the Bezier curve is to detect the motions as well as the gesture. So inside the Bezier curve function, you have to mention the control points. So in my case, there are three control points. The first one is 00, second one is 500, 500, and the third one is 2900, comma 3200, and 100 is the tension. Means at which tension line the curve is situated. So you can see from the image there is a dotted line present here. That is called the Bezier curve. So I will share with all the codes as well as the images. You can play with all the methods and with all of the numerical formats you can play it, and you can analyze what the happening to the images into different formats. Also, I want to share you one homework also for the today's session. The homework is, yeah. So from the today session, two things are remaining. The first one is called the resize of the image. Suppose if anyone asks you to resize of an image, means you have to increase or decrease the resolution of an image. As I told you, the resolution is one thing that has to that is dependent on the pixel values also, and the quality of the image is judged by the image resolution. So how can you resize of an image? That you have to finished by yourself by using the Python library that is called skimage, and inside that library you have to invoke the method resize, and again the resize function you have to pass out the image object. तो उसके अंदर आपको थोड़े कोऑर्डिनेट्स भी देने होंगे. यू हैव टू मेंशन द कोऑर्डिनेट्स आल्सो सच दैट द रीसाइजिंग कैन बी डन अकॉर्डिंग टू योर चॉइस. And the second question is you have to download two images from the internet. So after downloading, you have to find out the structure similarity index value, whether two images are similar or not. So first, you what to do? First, you have to download two images, different different two images. You have to download it and calculate the structure similarity index between the two, and find out the value of this whether it is a different or same. And again, just pick one of the images and do some modification, like you can do resizing, or you can do some brightness reduction. You can change the resolution, you can change the curve, you can change the its rotation of the images, you can do it. So after modifying another image, you have to save it by using the im dot save, sorry, im save. Okay, io dot im dot save. So one image is called the original image, and the another one is that you modify by your Python programming. And after that, you have to apply the structure similarity index between the two and analyze whether were the two images initially that was similar. By applying the modification done by you, it will be changed. So you have to judge out what is the similarity index value between of two. So these two interesting questions you have to do it by your own self, and it will be useful in order to understand the image related things and the invoking of the methods and the packages also. Also, if you have any query regarding the installation and the Python revising, you can directly mail me or the contact me. As well as जब भी मैं lecture ले रही हूँ, whenever I taking a lecture, just mention or point out the queries inside a paper, and after the finishing of the session you can directly mail me according to your queries and I will give you the answers. So हमारा क्वेरी सेशन जो है वो कहीं मिस नहीं होना चाहिए, और ये नहीं बोलना चाहिए कि मैम क्वेरीज नहीं लेती हैं. आई एम ऑलवेज ओपन फॉर द सॉल्विंग द स्टूडेंट क्वेरीज. सो दीज टू थिंग्स यू हैव टू डू इट. कल संडे है, लेकिन फिर भी आप मुझे मैसेज कर सकते हो, आप मुझे मेल कर सकते हो. आई विल बी देयर फॉर helping you. And this is it for the today's session. And again, sorry for the today's inconvenience caused by me. So hope you will understand the things, And for the next session, we will jump to some more technical part like the images. Image detection. In the image, this is the object. So what is the corners of that object? We have to detect it. We have to learn to detect it by using some algorithms. So one algorithm that is called the Harris corner detection, we have to apply over it, and we have to learn about the detection of the corners. Like यहाँ पे जितने भी corners हैं ये आप detect करना सीखोगे. इसके बाद हम object detection सीखेंगे one by one. So we will jump from the basic to the technical part slowly, but some fast and interesting parts by covering also. Okay, so this is it for the today's session. Thank you very much. You can leave now.